The best striker on the planet has never played at a World Cup, until now. Erling Haaland is 25 years old. He has 55 goals in 48 appearances for Norway. He scored 16 goals in just 8 qualifying games for this tournament, 16 in 8 games. That is not a typo. And yet, for his entire career, while he was breaking records at Borussia Dortmund, while he was destroying the Premier League at Manchester City, while he was becoming arguably the most lethal finisher in world football, the World Cup was always somewhere else, always happening without him. Let that sink in. Norway have not been at a World Cup since 1998, 28 years. An entire generation of Norwegian footballers came and went without ever playing on this stage. And here's the part that makes this story genuinely strange. Erling Haaland's father, Alfie Haaland, played for Norway at the 1994 World Cup. The father made it. The son had to wait until 2026. Some families carry football dreams across generations. The Haalands carried them across 3 decades. Here's where it gets interesting. Norway qualifying for this World Cup was not supposed to be straightforward. They missed the 2022 World Cup. They missed Euro 2024. For years, despite having Haaland, despite having Martin Odegaard of Arsenal as captain, despite having genuine quality across the squad, Norway kept falling short. The weight of expectation, the pressure of having the world's best striker and still not qualifying was becoming its own story. And then something changed. In qualifying for 2026, Norway were unstoppable. 8 games, 8 wins, 37 goals scored, 5 conceded. They beat Italy home and away, including a 4-1 demolition that sent a very clear message to the rest of Europe. Haaland personally scored 16 of those 37 goals, twice as many as any other player in European qualifying, in 8 games. The man was not just carrying Norway, he was dragging them through the door by himself. This sounds like a simple story. Superstar scores goals, country qualifies. It is not that simple, because Norway's group at this World Cup is not kind. They have France, 2-time world champions with Kylian, Mbappe, and one of the deepest squads in the tournament. They have Senegal, African heavyweights who are never easy, and they have Iraq, the playoff qualifier, which on paper looks like the one game Norway must win. In theory, Norway can get through. In practice, France in the same group makes everything harder than it looks. And now here's the question everyone is quietly asking: is this enough for Haaland? Because there is a version of this story that writes itself beautifully. Haaland arrives at his first World Cup. He scores. Norway advance. He keeps scoring. Norway go deep. A nation of 5 million people watches their greatest ever player finally get the stage he deserves. His father watches from the stands, the man who played for Norway in 1994, watching his son do what he could not. That is the version people want. But football does not always give you the version you want. Haaland has 55 international goals and is the greatest striker of his generation. And yet, the World Cup is not a one-man tournament. Ask Messi. He had 5 of them before he finally won. Ask Ronaldo. He is 41 and still waiting. The difference with Haaland is time. He is 25. This is his first. If Norway go out in the group stage, he will be back in 2030 and 2034. The story is not ending here, but the beginning matters. First impressions at a World Cup follow players for years. Right now, as the tournament starts, Erling Haaland is the most watched player who has never scored a World Cup goal. That will change. The only question is how quickly and how memorably. His father made it to the World Cup in 1994 and never got past the group stage. 28 years later, the son is back, with better teammates, a better squad, and a decade of pent-up hunger that has nowhere left to go except straight into the back of the net. Norway are back. Haaland is finally here. The World Cup just got a lot more interesting. Subscribe. We cover the stories that actually matter, and we explain them fast. You are welcome.